Hey guys, welcome into cancelthisshow.com. I just didn't have the vibe. It was a good vibe before. I don't know if it's working, but I'm talking about cancel this. Yeah, we can cut the music or go to something else. We normally roll that music, but it's like I feel like I'm with Peter down in Mexico. Yo, buenos dias. Good morning to you, Addie, Paul, Jeannie, Greg. I see you on the chat line right now. Thanks for jumping in with cancelthisshow.com. We're here Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays from 9 until around 10 o'clock right now. We may do more. We'll see where it's going. News, headlines, politics, of course, cancel culture, education, and everything that has happened in the Trump era, the golden age of America. Glad you're with us today. Of course, we're on Facebook, Rumble. You can also check us out on X. And of course, you can check out our stuff every day on all of the other platforms as well. Jeannie says, I missed the Biden spoofs. Yeah, I know. I don't. Yeah, they were funny, but now we've got a real man in charge. The art of the deal, the man who continues to get it done, Donald Trump. Doesn't it feel good knowing that he's in charge? We talk about it all the time that we're here because every day something's happening. Man, does that man work? Oh, he's going to be old. Yeah, well, I think he's showing everybody that he's got a lot of fight and vigor. He's got a lot of energy. And of course, America is doing all kinds of good. How about Canada folding? Like a hot sheet. They just folded. He is such a wussy, Trudeau. I'm sorry, to my Canada friends, your leadership there. I know you guys, you've got to come around. Most of the Canadians I know are decent people. They're just lost elected. You're going to have a chance to make things right. You don't. I can't tell you how many times I've told people, you don't challenge Donald Trump. The man is ordained to do this. Republicans that challenge him, there's fires all behind Donald Trump of people who have attacked him, people who have challenged him, people who have tried to do anything. It's going to end badly in politics. Don't try. You will lose. Colombia. It's almost like Trump's paying these people. Hey, why don't you step up and act like you're a real man or you're a real woman and you're coming after me and then I'll put you in your place so I can look good. Because that's what continues to happen. It's like all these people act like, yeah, I'm going to take on Donald Trump. No, you're not. You're going to lose. He has truth on his side. He has experience on his side. He has a brain on his side. He has money on his side. He now has friends on his side. Don't do it. Canada. You were next in line to be embarrassed by a man who is doing things the right way, a man who is standing up for America. Well, it started with Colombia. Their president refused to accept their illegal citizens. And of course, guess what? Yeah, they took them back real fast. Then Mexico and Canada, well, we're not going to put people on the border. Trump told you, he gave you a warning. It took the Mexican president, Claudia, about 4 hours, and then she had 10,000 border patrol troops on the border. And then it took Trudeau just a little bit longer. And of course, last night, what happened? Canada caved. Canada always caves. I'm sorry, to my Canadian friends. You're going to cave if it's with Donald Trump, and you're going to cave if you elect a man like Trudeau. It shows you have no spine if you were elected. Now, there's a lot of great Canadians who did not elect him, and you're going to have a chance to prove and show that you guys are not a country without a spine, that you are a country that is tough, that you are patriots, that you can elect the right people. Well, Trudeau and Mexico tried to say, well, we're going to put tariffs back on the United States. Yeah, that lasted hours. We told you on the show yesterday before it ended what Mexico was doing. So Trump said that he'll give them 60 days to make things right, negotiate some deals. Then Trudeau fell in line real quick last night because that's what world leaders do. Hell, even yesterday, Putin said that world leaders are going to wag their tail at the feet of Donald Trump. Putin said it because he knows you don't FAFO with Donald Trump in the United States of America when we have a leader who is doing things that is right and who is doing things with America, because America is not going to be, let me think of a way to say this without, America is not going to, be a lapdog anymore. We're going to take our rightful place atop this world, and we're going to make things better. Peace through strength, prosperity through strength, prosperity through strength. Argentina wants him now. I think it was Argentina. I don't know. Cartel Claudia from the chat line. Yeah, she is Cartel Claudia. They have 30 days, Paul. You're exactly right. That's Canada. Canada has 30 days. Jay says Trudeau was a bully over the Canadians. He found out that he doesn't work with Trump. Yeah, good morning to everybody. Well, here's what Trudeau says. This is him walking away with his tail between his legs, because he's going to go down as one of the worst prime ministers that country has ever had, just like Joe Biden will go down as one of the worst presidents that country has had, just like Claudia is going to go down as one of the worst leaders, presidents that Mexico has had. FAFO with Donald Trump, and you're going to find out. Trudeau, who's leaving office, by the way, and he won't leave early so that they can take care of a vote and get somebody. Actually, we just hope for that Pierre Poilievre goes into power there. Okay, America isn't going to be pussified. No, not anytime soon, Peter. Trudeau's a sissy. Panama blinked. We talked about Panama yesterday. Greenland right now is working with the United States as well. Oh, gee. Denmark knows that a poll was done. I know I'm getting off track a little bit, but I got all this stuff in my mind from studying. Greenland's, all the polling shows, guess what? The people want the United States to take it over. Greenland wants Trump too. Who doesn't want Trump? And Democrats are like, oh, I hate Vic for saying that. I hate those guys. Everybody is, because they know they want to be involved with a winner, a leader. Denmark saw the polling. There are negotiations going on with the United States to figure something out. Yeah. All these people say, hell, El Salvador is now going to take all of their gang members, all of their illegals back. And allegedly, there's a deal on the table now where they'll take even more. They'll take the worst of the worst that are here in the United States as well, because there's money. Oh, yeah, we'll get into the money too, because now hundreds of millions of dollars is just appearing just like that, literally falling off trees because of Doge, because of Elon Musk. And we'll get into that as well. Paul says in Canada has no one to blame but themselves. We almost got into that category until we made a stand. The United States made a stand. You made a stand, including people from the Democratic Party that had had enough. I mean, look at Donald Trump and all of his leaders. They're all former Democrats, including Donald Trump himself. We forget about that. Donald was a Democrat. Elon was a Democrat. Rogan was a Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat. RFK Jr. might still be kind of a Democrat, but the old school, they're all former Democrats that have now created the best Republican leadership we've ever had. It's funny how those things work out. Love it. Yes, it was El Salvador, not Argentina. Thank you, Jeannie. Justin Trudeau in his wussified quote, I just had a good call with President Trump. Canada is implementing a $1.3 billion border ban. Yeah, it's because UFA'd and UFO'd. Reinforcing the border with new choppers, technology, and personnel. Where's this been? Enhanced coordination with our American partners and increased resources to stop the flow of fentanyl. Nearly 10,000 frontline personnel will be working on protecting the border. So you got 10,000 at the north, 10,000 at the south. The wall's going up. We're fortifying the border. We're getting these bad people out of here, and we're getting the criminals out. You are a criminal if you came here illegally. So if you break the law, you're a criminal. It's that simple. You are an illegal alien. You're not undocumented. You're an illegal alien, just as Ron DeSantis said, just as Donald Trump said. You're an illegal alien, and they're leaving. They're going, and we're saying bye-bye. If you want to come back into this great country of ours that is becoming stronger by the second under Donald Trump and his administration, do it the legal, rightful way, because there are too many people who have dealt with too many things over the past decades of going through the process and the time. You do not get to cheat. End of story. And there's a bunch of dumbasses out there liberal Democrats who are trying to teach that they all should come in and we'll help them. And yeah, okay. Until they put a gun or a knife to your throat or your wife or your girlfriend or your daughter or your mom or something of that nature. And you know it has happened. Thank God Trump came in and signed the Lake and Riley bill as well. I continue with Justin Trudeau. Nearly 10,000 frontline personnel and will be working on protecting the border. In addition, that's right. In addition, Canada is making new commitments to appoint a fentanyl czar, and we will list cartels as terrorists, ensure 24/7 eyes on the border, launch a Canada-U.S. joint strike force to combat organized crime, fentanyl, and money laundering. I've also signed a new intelligence directive on organized crime and fentanyl, and we will be backing it with $200 million. Can you imagine how this talk went? He kept saying, okay, I'll do this. And Donald Trump said, and he's like, I'll do this. And Trump's like, and he's like, I'll do this. And Trump's like, and he's like, okay, I'll do this. And Trump's like, and Canada, you are the 51st state of the United States of America. I'm sorry. I love you. I used to work in Detroit. I loved Ontario. I love my Canadian friends. But I'm telling you, America is your daddy. Just come on in and deal with Donald Trump. And America is your daddy because of your leader. Get a strong leader. Elect Pierre and watch what happens, and that he can lead Canada in its resurgence, just like Donald Trump is doing right now. The proposed tariffs are going to be paused, by the way, by Donald Trump for at least 30 days while they work together. So FAFO, Colombia, El Salvador, Mexico, Canada, and then we'll see what happens with China, because China is saying that they're going to tariff the United States as well. We put tariffs on them at 10%. They put 15% on us. President Xi and President Trump are going to be talking today. China's not going to stop their fentanyl process of bringing things into the United States. It's not going to stop. It's theater right now. So we're going to wait and see where all of that goes. But we don't need anything. We don't need China. As Donald Trump's like, let's start building again here. Yes, it may take more money. Yes, it may take some more time, but we have all the resources we need. Sounds easy. Sounds good. Not easy. As Kimberly said, I brought this up at the start of the show. It's called The Art of the Deal. It's called The Art of the Deal. And we've got the man in charge of it right now. I didn't mean to digress so quickly, but there's lots to get to today. Oh my God, I saw another one from her. Our new motto, USA, FAFO. I like that. That is some good stuff. That really is some good stuff. But Trump's not going to stop because he's doing so damn well. Van Jones, Democratic strategist, when CNN used to have, at least they were on, now they're losing everybody. Listen to him talking on a podcast about how intelligent Donald Trump is. Democrats know this now. They don't like to admit it. They were losing their minds yesterday because Donald Trump took away with Elon Musk and the DOE, the USAID and all the funding for cartels and stupid stuff around it. I mean, taxpayer money, hundreds of millions of dollars coming back. And Elon Musk talking about how easy this is. And all this money should have been used for United States citizens. It is our tax money. Well, he continues to do so many damn good things. Here's Van Jones. This man hates Donald Trump too. I think he may end up being a Republican before it's all said and done with. They are so lost. These Democrats are so lost. Listen to them talk about Donald Trump and just how smart he is. Van Jones telling his white friend here, and his white friend's just losing his mind on all of this stuff that's going on.
How the hell did Donald Trump figure out the mainstream media is the fringe and the fringe is now the mainstream? How the hell did Donald Trump figure out? I mean, Joe Rogan is obvious, right? Like, we knew the guy had a big audience. It's not like we were like stunned, but like, how the hell was he, the 78-year-old guy who doesn't even have a computer and still like writes handwritten notes? How did he become the guy who cracked the code on, to your point, running a cultural, I don't even want to say campaign, running
it was a movement.
Look, heading a cultural movement versus a campaign.
Every one of your people knows Elon. Listen. Yeah, so everybody keeps, the problem is you have a framework in your mind that How can Donald Trump? How can Donald Trump? How can Donald Trump? Guys, can we cut it out? Donald Trump is not an idiot. Donald Trump, let me just be very clear. Donald Trump is smarter than me, you, and all critics. You know why we know? Because he has the White House, the Senate, the House.
Totally agree.
The popular vote. He has a massive media ecosystem bigger than the mainstream built around him and for him, and a religious fervor in a political movement around him. And his best buddy is the richest person in the history of the world, and the most relevant Kennedy is with him. This dude is a phenomenon. He is the most powerful human on earth and in our lifetime, and we're still saying, well, how was this guy? We look like idiots to ordinary people.
Yes, you look like idiots. It's what happens when you go against Donald Trump. I love it. This is what's happening. They realize it. And now they're like, but their party's still in disarray. We told you everything. I mean, they're more, they elected David Hogg, a fake phony, as their second in charge at the DNC. They're worried about binary people. I mean, literally, we showed you. I mean, their concern was we don't have enough binary people. I'm like, what? And of course, across America, people are like, Democrats have lost it. Even Democrats are saying we have lost our minds. We're more worried about having enough binary people than we are being safe and secure and financial. We need to have leaders who are binary. It's like, what? Oh, man. But Van Jones is a guy who has gone after Donald Trump several times. Paul says it kills them to admit what they have to admit now. Yeah, they do. The code for discount. No, you don't need the code anymore, Terry. You just type in hydration20.com. We made it very easy. Hydration20.com for Century now. Hydration20.com. Joe, can you type that in our comment line too? I appreciate it. I just saw that. Our new motto. I love that. USAFAFO. Those are your shirts. Go make it. Somebody go make some money. USAFAFO. Okay. So they continue to move forward. They continue to do what they're doing. It's just fun to watch them. But you've also got Democrats who are angry. Yesterday, and we'll get to more about how the USAID was just destroying American tax dollars, destroying Americans, what that money was going towards. And then, of course, you had Ilhan Omar out and Jamie Raskin, some of the worst people in the world right now. Just horrible, angry, nasty, AOC, because they don't know what to do because they've lost and they're acting like losers and they don't care about Americans, which is sad. They're for these things of taking money away and bringing illegals in. And of course, let's save the illegals, but kill the babies. That's been the motto. We don't care about, we're not going to listen to any godly things. Okay, whatever. This woman really wants to ascend to a high office, and she's from the St. Louis area. And I'm sad to say that she's from here because she is playing the race card like just the old school St. Louis. And we've talked, Maxine Waters is from here, has been bad. We've talked about, Cori Bush, thank God she's gone. Just we've had some of the nastiest, evil liberal leaders come out of the city of St. Louis where we broadcast. And here is the next one up, Jasmine Crockett, because the problem is she's so uneducated when it comes to the topics and the things that she says. And she's not a uniter. She's a divider. Just listen to the language that she uses. And you've literally got a politician coming out calling Donald Trump a thug. Really? The only thug I see in here is you. Listen to Jasmine Crockett. We'll play this one first, then Joe will play the next one after. That's the second Jasmine. But she's literally going after white men, and then Donald Trump is the next one.
That's what's happening right now. I am tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are competent, You are not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel a way and why you can't make me doubt who I am is because I know that I had to work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor Greene or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. This is why they.
Yeah. This woman, and of course, this is what's happening. They can't get ratings at CNN. Democrats have they're just digging that hole deeper, digging that hole deeper, digging that hole deeper. She sounds like somebody who is really intelligent and somebody who really wants to unite America, huh? There's just no need for it. You don't see Donald Trump out ripping people no, he's trying to make America great again. He's trying to get things done with people. Jeannie says, we're tired of those fake ass lash tears. Can't stand this whining crap. Robert says, biash. Paul says she's irrelevant and wants to become relevant. That's why she's saying what she does. And clickbait only. I know. I'm giving her say today. It's sad that you still have, you want to show people who are doing this in the midst. We are doing a wonderful job in this country right now. So many great things happening. So remember these people who are attacking Trump when good things are happening. And here she is calling Donald Trump a thug.
Not our democracy. Well, he did say he'd be a dictator on day one. Oh, Democrats, it's just Trump. He just talks. Well, let me tell you something. He is doing more than talking. We talked about Project 2025. We talked about the consolidation of power. We talked about how he wanted to be a
poor
king.
Little girl.
We talked about in a democratic republic, that is not what it is. We have some sort of checks and balances, and he is doing everything that he can to get rid of those checks and balances. The DOJ and the people that he's going after were simply doing their jobs. The problem is that Americans thought that it was okay to take a full-fledged criminal and make him the president of the United States, and then they want to act aghast when he does criminal things. Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States, and if we don't wake up, we may not have a United States, because right now he has only been successful in being a divider in chief.
I learned a long time ago you can't fix dumb. And if somebody has hatred in their heart on top of it, you're not going to be able to get through to them. So when you have hate and dumb combining together, that's what you have in Jasmine Crockett, unfortunately. Thank God she's not from the state of Missouri anymore. Success is our reward from the chat line. Kimberly says, I would dare her to go up against MTG. Yeah, I guess you're talking about a physical standpoint, but how about from a mental academic standpoint as well? Okay, let them go on with their delusion and let the midterms go by with them scratching their heads once again, wondering why they say it isn't reasoning. Okay, we're just going to focus and be happy on all the good things that are happening. Yeah, Glenn, I hear you. But Obama and Biden were not thugs or criminals, huh? Yeah, from the chat line. You guys are great. Appreciate you jumping in on Rumble, on X, on Facebook as well. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show. Literally, just repost, reshare, let people know for your feeds. That's how more people get in and say and enjoy the show from what we're doing. Now, some of the really good things that are happening as well that we were just talking about. Liberals were losing their mind yesterday because Donald Trump and Doge eliminating the USAID and the millions of dollars that were happening to go to any other places. And it's just one of those things that you wouldn't have known unless Donald Trump came into the office and created this program. So many good things are being done. Caroline Leavitt, White House press secretary, what a job. She has come out of the gate in 2 weeks, just totally kicking butt. Here she is explaining from a USAID standpoint what some of the money was going towards. And this stuff is unfreaking believable when it comes to what was happening in this country. And now it is all going, it's going away. Caroline Leavitt, explain how USAID was wasting our money.
And here's the reason why Elon Musk and others have been taking a look. Because if you look at the waste and abuse that has run through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of.
Woo! We've got leadership in D.C. now. White people, black people, people of all colors, men, women, people of all ages. This is what the Republican Party is about right now. Yes, guess what? We are truly the inclusive party. It's not the Democrats. And my gosh, is this lovely to watch as well. Okay. Yeah, our tax money being spent by criminals, but it's over. As long as Trump and his team and his people of like-minded character are there, it's not going to happen. But not just that. Here's what else USAID was funding. $20 million for a Sesame Street in Iraq. $56 million to boost that tourism in Egypt and Tunisia. Your tax dollars going to these countries to do that. I'm telling you, this was all on purpose to destroy America from within. Communists, Nazis, people from all over the world, the deep state, destroy the United States. How about $40 million of your tax money to build schools in Jordan when you look at the cities in America and our infrastructure and public school system, especially in blue cities? $11 million to tell people in Vietnam to stop burning trash. I love this show. I literally, when I find this stuff, I literally sit there and I laugh. People are like, you're on your phone all the time. I know, I'm looking for stories all the time. $27 million for the reintegration gift bags for deported Central Americans. Let me read that one to you again. $27 million for the reintegration gift bags for deported Central Americans. Yeah. Okay. Thank God we are cleaning up. And the reason we want to show this is that so that we never forget. And now the light is being shined in the darkest places of DC. And now we don't ever want to lose that again. How can even the most moderate Democrats be okay with this crap? Because of pride. That's why, Paul. That's exactly why. Meanwhile, we have homelessness all over the place in the country, but we don't have money going to try to take care of that in somewhere. It's coming back. But as much as USAID has done to hurt this country, one of the worst things that has been done is what Elon talks about now. Now we find out yesterday that, yes, our tax dollars were being used in the lab with COVID-19 where it was created, gain-of-fund research, our tax dollars. And we all know the millions of people who died. This is where I can't laugh. And thank God we have Doge. And I don't care what you think about Elon. But the good thing about Elon is the fact that he is leading this department that is uncovering and bringing all kinds of things to light that need to be done. And we need people to say things, even though it's years later, to remind us again that we were victorious in our decision-making when it came to COVID, what we knew. I mean, how Dr. Fauci, I know he got his little pardon, but man, they should open that back up somehow, some way, considering what he was involved with and what has happened in this country. Listen to Elon explain what USAID did again when it came to COVID.
It's pretty outrageous that COVID virus was developed in a lab in Wuhan, and yet was funded by U.S. tax dollars, which was simply routed through this sort of fake nonprofit EcoHealth, because the government, the U.S. government can't give directly to China, so they just gave to EcoHealth, knowing that it would go to China. So our U.S. tax dollars were used effectively to, in the end, kill Americans, which is insane. It's pretty outrageous that COVID virus.
U.S. tax dollars were used to fund COVID-19. I mean, and killed millions of Americans. I don't know what else you can possibly say about that. So now we're taking care of business. Don't ever let anybody, oh, as Abe says, it's a federal pardon. The pardon doesn't apply to state convictions, which is why that man needs to face the music for what he did, talking about Fauci. And we all remember those people who tried to act like they were better than us and that they were so smart and we were horrible. And now our own tax dollars used against us. Yeah, consider those gift bags as a parting gift for the deported. Of course, we spent millions and millions, but all that money's coming back now. Todd says, don't forget about the douchebags forcing you to take a vaccine or lose your job. It's time for prison sentences for these people and what they did. I mean, if it's possible, the Trump administration might look at it. We're going to hear some ugly stuff, I'm afraid, from the chat line. Yeah, we're starting to hear it. How can it get any more uglier than that, to know that our tax dollars being used by liberal politicians, Dr. Fauci at the head of it, to create viruses over decades? It wasn't just at 2020. We broke down that report that showed you COVID had been around for decades. It was used at that time, and then the gain-of-function research, and then the labs in Wuhan were being funded by our tax dollars with a signature of Anthony Fauci, is what Elon is saying. Yeah, it's sad. That frustrates me. It's sad to hear it, but guess what? These things have happened. And now, as we show you all of these things, we're wiping it away, though. It's a new day. We're looking for a better day. It's a sunnier day. And that's what we're trying to do now by bringing all of these things in. But so much good is happening right now. So we've eliminated that. Just think of what's happened just in the last 2 weeks. All the good that has happened. The press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, was talking about just some of what has happened as well. And yes, she's a rock star. Yes, she's already coming out of the gate. And as much as I liked McNamee, I mean, my God, and she was damn good. She set a standard. Caroline Leavitt's taken it to a whole new level, and just 27 years of age too. But here are just some of the things that Donald Trump has already accomplished in 2 weeks of office. And once again, it reminds you of how good we have it, what Donald Trump was willing to go through to put us in this situation to help America. Some think it's God ordained. And just the horrible 4 years that we had, the joke that was played on Americans, that we never, ever, ever let that happen again, that we call for accountability because of what is happening now. This is how fast things can be done in our country. As bad as it is, and as bad as it was, we can get things done fast if you have the right people, the right attitude, the right work ethic, and the right brain to do it. Here's just some of what is good has happened just in the last couple of weeks.
2 weeks in, and President Trump is already delivering big wins for the American people. Let's go through the facts. On the border, President Trump declared a national emergency, deployed the military, ended catch and release, and reinstated Remain in Mexico. And already, illegal crossings are down 95%. We are resuming construction of the border wall, and Colombia's president is now offering his own plane for deportation of illegal Colombian immigrants. On the economy and energy, President Trump unleashed American energy, declared a national energy emergency, and killed Joe Biden's radical electric vehicle mandate. Wall Street is booming, AI investments skyrocketed to $500 billion, and there's $20 billion flowing into U.S. data centers across our country. President Trump is restoring law and order. He labeled the drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and he is deporting criminal illegal aliens, and he signed the Laken Riley Act into law. Draining the swamp, President Trump signed more than 45 executive orders. DEI has been purged from the government and our military, and lazy federal workers have been ordered back to the office. And when it comes to free speech and transparency, President Trump took 12 times more press questions than Joe Biden did in a week, reinstated 440 silenced journalists to the press room, and ended government censorship. Promises made, promises kept, and we're just getting...
Woo! Gives me chills. Welcome to America, baby, where we don't worry about the past anymore. We're focused on the future, and we are freaking kicking butt. Donald Trump's vision for America is in play. so much good is happening. It makes me scary a little bit, Joe, or makes me scared a little bit. I'm like, my God, so much good is happening. It's like we're not used to this. It's like the storms that came through and you don't want to step outside because another hurricane may come through and you're like looking around.
Bracing for impact.
Yeah, it's like, let me take another step forward. This is amazing. The good, that because you get used to the human brain, we get used to bad. Meaning we get used to, and it's like, it's amazing what we can get used to and think is fine. It should be the opposite around, where we think so much good can continue to happen to us. Why not? Why stop it? Why stop it? Yes, Donna, you are right. Biden vacationed 40% of his presidency, the most of anybody in the history. Just remember, you already know that's what they did for us. Kimberly says, and that is how you run a country, my friends. Not only do you say what you're going to do, then you go do it, and then you keep that scorecard that I talk about so often, the scorecard that is there. From the chat line as well. The fact that our beautiful country is once again thriving is killing the left because it disapproves or disproves their narrative about our president. Yeah, it's a feel-good story. That's why all of these things. And it's not done. I mean, yesterday he eliminated the USAID and those liberals were losing their mind in press conferences, losing their mind. I mean, Schumer was left to hold up avocados and Mexican beer and say, these are going to be taxed at your Super Bowl. I mean, literally, it is a total shit show that's fun to watch as we continue to win. Trump said we're going to get tired of winning, didn't he? I think he said he's going to get tired. I love it. And you should too. Brenda says it's like we're waiting for the shoe to drop because we're so used to living in chaos, but not anymore. Yeah, Rick, China announced retaliatory tariffs on coal, oil, and natural gas. I began the show talking about that. They're going to be speaking, I think it was a 15% tariff after we put 10% tariffs on their imported goods. Xi and Trump are going to be speaking today. China doesn't want to mess with us. China was on their bended knee begging Trump to not do and continue to do what he did the last time he was president. Laughing my ass off. That was hysterical from JD. Yeah, it is. It's so much fun to watch the good that is happening all around America. Something else that could be done away with today or tomorrow, it's the Department of Education. Once again, Trump promised that he would take care of our education, which is falling well behind other countries around the world, which it shouldn't. And this is one of those things that would take time, by getting rid of the department, a nationalized education system, which has not worked for decades. It has not worked, and putting power back to individual states, which is absolutely amazing. Now, this is one of those situations that I think would take time. You don't see it immediate, but to get rid of the Department of Education, making that public, that you guys have gotten lazy. You have not cared about our kids. You have let them slip through, and America suffered for it. Here's Donald Trump on that.
And I will shut down the federal Department of Education, and we will move everything back to the states where it belongs and where they can individualize education and do it with the love for their children.
USA. Even his press conferences are patriotic. I mean, we've never seen anything like it before. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh my gosh. And yeah, okay, Jerry, I'll go ahead and give you this. Trump tax cuts for large corporations and the wealthy while raising. Oh, I lost it because so many people are checking in. I'm trying to get back to that. Thank you. Trump cat. Jerry, we'll give you your say because clearly you're not a Trump fan. Trump cuts taxes for large corporations and the wealthy while raising taxes on struggling Americans. Trump has been in office for less than 2 weeks and the price of eggs is almost doubled in California. He and South African apartheid sympathizer Elon. Okay. You're such a surface topic kind of person. We allowed it. There you go. Thank you for listening. I'm glad you're mesmerized by Donald Trump because that is not the full story. And you know it and I know it. And you don't want anything good to happen to this country. But by the way, you could leave at any time. I mean, nobody's making you stay here. Oh, yeah. Trump's bad for our economy. Paul says education has gone from the U.S. being first in the world, and when the Department of Education was implemented, to where we are now, which is a national score of below mediocre, which is sad. Sad, 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 sad. Jeannie says, well, the first mistake you make is you live in California. LOL. I like California. I just hate what they have with that happening. Tanya reminds everybody, yes, they're voting now for JFK to attempt to move to the Senate. That's going to happen. Also, when we're talking about that subject, because we jump around, we have a knowledge of several different subjects. Tulsi Gabbard's vote is going to be coming up as well so that she can move on. Yeah, Paul says that's a bunch of bull butter. I know that. You know that. But it's good to have this so you can listen to what these angry little evil little liberal elves are talking about. I mean, those are their talking points when so many things are good and changing for the better. I mean, this is this narrative. We're racist. White guys are bad, just like Jasmine Crockett was talking about. There's no education. There's no united tone in their voice. It's all about angry, angry, angry. Let's go after anything we possibly can. Something else that's good, that's changing outside of the Department of Education, which we'll continue to talk about. We're talking about a president with a vision, a president that wants America to do better, not only now, but in the future. How about a sovereign wealth fund, which we don't have? Here's Donald Trump talking about that. These are the types of things where you put money to get, it's kind of like a rainy day fund to encourage and help your country just get better. You need money to do that. Every single I is dotted, every T is crossed with Donald Trump's administration because they really do want to make America great again.
And when we do all of this, we will be so successful. We'll create America's own sovereign wealth fund to invest in great national endeavors for the benefit of all of the American people. Why don't we have a wealth fund? Other countries have wealth funds. We have nothing. We have nothing. We're going to have a sovereign wealth fund, or we can name it something different. I'll talk about it with Mr. Paulson, who's in the audience, and a lot of other friends of mine. And we'll name it something that's appropriate. Perhaps sovereign wealth fund wouldn't be appropriate, but it's going to be the same thing. We'll put tremendous amounts of money through all this money that will be taken in through tariffs and other intelligent things. And we'll have the greatest sovereign wealth fund of them all, and we should have. And that will be used to do things that will be great for our country, including to invest and wisely invest and build it up bigger and stronger and better than any place on earth. We will build extraordinary national development projects and everything from highways to airports and to transportation infrastructure, all of the future. We'll be able to invest in state-of-the-art manufacturing hubs, advanced defense capabilities, cutting-edge medical research, and help save billions of dollars in preventing disease in the first place. And I'm very honored to have been endorsed last week by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. That was a great endorsement.
We loved it. All right, so we can move it forward now. The fact that they're trying to do this is wonderful. Also, when it comes to RFK Jr., he did advance out of the Senate Finance Committee to become the HHS secretary with a vote of 14-13. I mean, Democrats, who are you going to have that's a better person than that? Come on, Democrats, 14-13. Once again, it just shows you the spite. They will bite off the hand that feeds them before they will admit that Donald Trump is their daddy and he is taking care of America better than we've been taken care of before. There's no president you can even come up with who has done more than Donald Trump. I mean, seriously, look what he's done in 2 weeks. Absolutely amazing. The USA Wellness Fund. I like that from the chat line with Donna. Jeannie, he is so incredibly smart. He is the art of the deal. That's why we needed a businessman, not a politician, running America so that we can get back on track with so many of these areas because it makes sense. Doesn't have time for all the political bullshit that's out there. Doesn't have time to play politics. He only has time to make America great again. And we have example after example after example after example after example. How about this? New York City. Remember how bad New York City has been? Illegals running everywhere, crime rampant, nobody ride the subway, all kinds of stuff going on. Mayor Adams not allowed to do his job because of Kathy Hochul, the ultra liberal lunatic left governor who allowed laws and rules to be changed to try to go after and convict Donald Trump. Two things here. One, this is the first video we'll show you. Then we'll show you the subway after this. Look at this video. This was video from New York City shot. The illegal aliens are no longer there.
Trump cleaned up Midtown Manhattan in New York City. I am literally telling you, every single day, right here where the Empire State Building is at, this is 34th, whatever, and Broadway 6th Avenue, right? They intersect there. This right here, this whole area, wrapped around left and right, you usually have your freaking illegals with the blankets out, selling like bootleg stuff. It has been empty since Trump started deporting people. Like rain, sleet, or snow, this whole block, that whole block over there, all this would be laid out with bootleg stuff by illegals. This whole strip gone. I haven't seen them for about a week. Have not seen them. That side as well. He cleaned it up. This is incredible. Look at this. I have not seen this in years. I am telling you that all the illegals are gone from here. They're hiding. They're not out here bootlegging. It is feeling a little bit safer starting to like this.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Who doesn't want to go outside and feel safe? And if you talk to anybody who lives in New York City, they talked about it being a sad state of affairs when you saw what happened in New York over the past 5-10 years. And now it's starting to come back. Donald Trump's starting to change things, but it has to start with law-abiding citizens. You have to have law. Here you go again. How about this? We see law coming back again. Where there are police people, where there are police presence, where there is a police presence, there is a deterrent. New York's NYPD riding the subways now from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. for the next 6 months. 2 cops in every single car. Once again, there's an easy way to change things. You have to be willing to do it. That's what's going on now. This is our new America. This is Trump's America. And remember what we had with the liberal left and the lunatics. Oh, well, everybody needs to be here, even all the illegals and even all the criminals, except everybody. Okay. We don't need to have law and order in the United States. Yeah, we do. And it's why things are changing. And as I often talked about, everything starts with the leader, and then you go from there, and it trickles down. And now you see with Donald Trump what is happening. He has the resources, he has the might, he has the people behind him, and he has a country that voted him in and gave him this mandate, which is fantastic. From the chat line, Greg says, definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and expecting a different result. Yeah, it's time to change. And that's what has happened. So many damn good things are changing. So many good things are changing. And you also have you have the hockey champions. I love this too. I mean, we broadcast out of the St. Louis area, national audience. Matthew Tkachuk, St. Louis kid. Dad Keith Tkachuk, awesome NHL player. Florida Panthers won the NHL title last year. They went to the White House to visit Trump, and I just thought it just shows you what a leader is. And people, they respect him. These teams respect him as they should. You'll get an outlier every now and then, but there's a mutual respect, and I love to see this.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Mr. President, for having us today. We greatly appreciate it, and being one of the few Americans, who loves this country so much. This is such an incredible day for myself, and you wake up every day and really grateful to be an American. So thank you.
Yes, Matthew. Yes.
But yeah,
that is total respect to Donald Trump. Thank you, Matthew, for treating Donald Trump as he should be treated. He is our leader. He is our elected leader who has the House, the Senate, the presidency, the popular vote. the mandate for treating him with respect and going there and representing St. Louis well too, and representing yourself and your dad and your family in a wonderful way, and not being one of these NBA players. I ain't going there. I ain't doing that. Some of these dumbasses who don't get it and they don't care to get it because it's all about them and their selfish attitudes and the previous DEI stuff that is now being abolished and going away. So we are grateful for all of that stuff that's happening. Thank you, Matthew Kachuk. I did find this interesting. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. Okay, fair enough. I can see that. Sure, why not? We're going to continue to keep you posted on what's happening with the RFK situation. Also, let's see here. Oh, there's so many good things happening. Now, Donald Trump, as I look at some of the other notes, headlines that have come out, Donald Trump is now insisting in his negotiations with Ukraine that if we can continue to give Ukraine any sort of aid, that it is associated now with us in a trade. Makes so much sense, doesn't it? For their natural minerals. Hallelujah. Once again, the art of the deal. We have a president who cares. We have a president who's intelligent. We have a president who is not bought and paid for, and people respect him around the world. As I said to start the show off, Vladimir Putin said, you will now have world leaders wagging their tails at the leader's feet, talking about Donald Trump, because the boss is back. Daddy's back. Daddy's home, and daddy's taking care of business, which doesn't get any better than that. Also, where do we got here? I guess we'll go ahead and show this now. Not trying to focus a ton on it, and I brought it up yesterday, but the second video that we got from the Black Hawk chopper, and we'll show it to you here, obvious. And this is why I said what I said yesterday. There's no way the pilot or the crew did not see the American Airlines flight in front of them. Before we start the video, or as we're doing it on the left screen, that's the chopper, which is going to fly right into the airplane. Yeah, Donna, he's meeting with Netanyahu today. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Correct. And Jeannie says, yep, I wish they get drilling. It takes time. 2 weeks in, gas was $2.95 yesterday. He's going to be drilling, and this is a long-term plan as well. We're getting things done now in the Gulf of America. Thank you. This video that I'm grateful that we have, and fortunately, as you see it, and we'll continue to show it to you, that was released, and thank God we have it, was released by 2 CNN employees who have now been fired because they released the video. And I understand that when you work at TV affiliates and stations, you're not allowed to do things like you can't give it out. But why wouldn't they want to show the video in the first place? That is not a chopper that was ascending or descending. That is a chopper that was on a straight line with a massive, and I mean a massive object in front of it. So we already told you yesterday, for whatever reason, the family refused with the Army to show the video, or at least to say the name of the pilot. We went over that yesterday. Then it comes out that she was a Biden aide the last 2 years, spending a lot of time in the White House working with Joe Biden. And all of her social media has been scrubbed as well. I mean, these things are not good. They're just not good when so many people have died. It just, all of that just, it's bad enough that this poor woman lost her life along with 66 other innocent people. But then CNN fires employees that released the video. Why wouldn't you want to see that video? I don't know. I want to see it. And I think we should see it. And I'm glad that we have that video now, because it just makes you wonder some of these things that are going on right now. I don't know. Anyway, another update that just came out. Senator Dick Durbin from Illinois, of course, says that he's not going to vote to confirm Kash Patel. You will be one of the few, or you will be on the wrong side of history on that vote. And just remember that Dick Durbin, also because we were just talking about RFK passing through 1413, that Durbin blocked the release of the Epstein flight logs. Dick Durbin did. And he doesn't want Kash Patel to be director of the FBI. That says a lot about Dick Durbin. And it stands in contrast to Patel, who has vowed to make them public. And more evidence not more evidence, but more talk came out yesterday that the Epstein list being released is something that Trump and his team are getting closer to doing. So just be careful when it comes to that situation. Another big story that is developing, and we're going to see where that comes from. Okay, something else I wanted to end the show with today. Tom Homan is continuing to take illegals out of this country. Thank you. And you have ultra liberal left nut job Governor Murphy in New Jersey, who hates Trump. Kind of like the Chicago city mayor. They're just defiant, and then they'll pay a price. Well, Murphy says, good luck coming and getting the illegal that lives with me. She lives upstairs. Well, you know what? Tom Homan, you don't want to FAFO with Tom Homan. Okay.
What will
Here's Tom Homan talking about that situation.
advice do to the politicians, the advocacy groups, the cities and states that have sanctuary status that are aiding and abetting in the law breaking? What will you do to those people that are openly not just opposing, but helping those people that broke the law and didn't respect our borders and sovereignty?
If they openly impede us, that's a violation of federal law. It's a felony. If they knowingly harbor and conceal an alien, that's a felony. We will seek prosecution through the U.S. Attorney's Office. We got a great U.S. Attorney coming in, Pam Bondi. She's all in. So we're going to seek prosecution, Sean. That's what we have to do, because they're releasing public safety threats back in the community. Any sanctuary city, any elected mayor, city councilman, a governor who thinks it's a good idea to release public safety threats back in the community to reoffend, it's just ridiculous. We're going to hold them accountable. The Trump administration will hold them accountable through prosecution.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Tom Homan, for doing the job that you're doing. So many things going on. We try to cover a ton, and we do. We get into a lot during the hour that we do. Michelle says, come on, Pritzker. Yeah. Pritzker is another one of those governors who's got a lot of hot air coming out of himself. So we will see. But FAFO, you see what's happening to people, not only on the international stage, but the local stage. It'll only be a matter of time before something comes up. Durbin, by the way, sweating right now over the secrets that could be released from the chat line. Glenn says, yeah, don't worry, Durbin. We don't need your vote. The conservatives don't need the vote of Durbin to get Kash Patel in. And once again, we know that the Epstein list, we've been told, would be released. And we are waiting to get all of that. Go get them. Do everything you possibly can. Enjoy what we have coming in this country. Real quick, wanted to give a shout out to our sponsors. And of course, Century Water. I just want to remind you of Century Water and what you can. If you don't have Century Water, you need to find a way to get it. And this video explains it. It's Hydration 2.0. Hydration 2.0. Did the video ever come in, by the way, Joe? All right, Hydration 2.0. You don't need the link anymore. All you need is hydration20.com. That's the code. That's the discount. Hydration20.com. Once again, we're Century. Takes out everything. There's no purifier like it in the world. And then it enhances your water with magnesium, calcium, and oxygen. I love it. I'm not going to swear by it, but it is the best thing that you could possibly have. Are you aware of the hidden dangers lurking in your tap water? Contaminants like lead, PFAs, pesticides, arsenic, and harmful microorganisms, well, they can pose serious health risk. Protect your family with the Century H2O Wellness System. It's a 5-stage under-sink water treatment solution that not only removes these toxins, but also enriches your water with essential minerals like calcium and magnesium. Installation, it is a breeze, taking just 15 minutes with no plumber required. Don't compromise your health. Order your Century H2O Wellness System today and enjoy clean, safe, great tasting water straight from your tap. HydrationH2O.com, HydrationH2O.com. We're also grateful for our partnership with Wendy's in the Chesterfield Valley. Work hard, play hard, go in, check out all the great food that they have. Heck, I didn't even know they had tater tots, and they're some of the best tater tots I've ever had. The tater tots were absolutely amazing. Of course, we've talked about the buffalo chicken salad, the pizza, the smoked meats. My gosh, the chicken sandwiches, the flat tire burger. It's all amazing. Work hard, play hard. 18,000 Chesterfield Airport Road, just a great, comfortable place to go. And we certainly appreciate Ben and Marla for the support that they have given us here over the years. Also, Rockwood Charcoal. If you're using Rockwood Charcoal, you know that you're not going to get anything harmful that is being used to cook your food. It is made in the state of Missouri where the best charcoal is made. It's all natural. All you have to do is take one of the pieces. It'll break apart in your hand. Use another charcoal and you'll find out it won't break apart. That's because they're fillers. You buy it at Ace Hardware. Once again, Rockwood Charcoal. And Capriati's, one of the best sandwich shops across the country, is also in the St. Louis metropolitan area. It's in Rockwood, open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. The Wagyu beef is absolutely amazing. Of course, it's great ingredients are the start of a great sandwich. And of course, they roast their turkeys every night. Freshest turkey you're going to find for all of their sandwiches. I've become a huge fan of the Philly cheesesteak, and I never was before. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate you saying it was a great show. Love Capriati's. Their catering is second to none. You've got to check it out and let the owner know. Let Jonathan Heslop know of everything that is happening in your mouth when you eat the great sandwiches at Capriati's. Also, WeQuip USA, you can rent items over and over and over again for people in your area, and you can also put items up to rent as well. WeQuipUSA.com. They got a brand new site connecting people all over the place. And when it comes to your real estate needs, you look no further than Megan Livingstone. Megan.Livingstone@EXPRealty.com. Once again, Megan.Livingstone@EXPRealty.com. Residential, commercial, anything you have going on, give Megan a call, 314-249-1708. She'll help you put a plan together. She is outstanding at what she does. She has the team in place. And of course, she knows how to keep things positive and on an even keel when everything else may be rocking in your world. Once again, we appreciate you guys joining us for canceltheshow.com. We're back on Thursday, and that does it for show 510. The fastest hour plus of news, headlines, politics, cancel culture, Donald Trump news. And of course, we are grateful for what is happening in this country right now. And thank you for all the support you give us. And for those of you who give us donations of any kind, it helps keep us going. And we are grateful. And we certainly rely upon that to continue to do what we do every day. You can go to canceltheshow.com and click on the donate button, or you can just go to PayPal or Venmo and find Cancel This. We're grateful, guys. Thank you so much. America the great, America the beautiful, as we come back from where we were the last 4 years. Guys, have an awesome day. We'll see you next time.